Good evening. This is session 4 of our Mothership campaign, A Pound of Flesh. So, you guys all leveled up, the 4 characters visible at the moment, 13, Velki, Albright, and Svalbard. You all leveled up last session, and we need to do that with your characters now. So again, go to the leveling section here. You get to choose one major improvement, which is either improving stats or saves. Then one minor improvement, where you get to choose like to either gain a resolve, remove a phobia, addiction, or heal all of your stress. And then, of course, everybody gets skill points. So 13, what do you want to do?
Hold on.
I don't want to hold
Am I
on.
muted? Hold on. Sorry, I thought I had muted myself.
You're not muted.
I was pulling my guy up. 1 second.
And if you were muted, telling us to hold on would be pointless.
Yeah, I know. I was in a panic. I was like, oh shit, I didn't want to be first. All right. I got my guy up and
Whoa, 13.
haha, 13 is always up for action. Fully functional. All right. My option for my first stage is what again, please?
Stats or saves?
Saves.
Okay, increase 2 saves by 4 points apiece. Your choice. Except for, of course, your fear. Your fear is already maxed out at 85.
Right.
You can't go above 85. That's okay.
Sanity up
While
to
you do that, I'll go to Velki. I don't need the exact numbers. I trust you.
All right.
Okay.
So, Bob, which one do you want? Saves or stats?
I'm going for stats. We're going to increase intellect by 5 and strength by 3 because I sorely need it.
Good. Okay. Dr. Albright, what would you like? Stats or saves?
I'll go with stats as well.
So, yep, choose one to increase by 5 and another one to increase by 3.
Yep.
And how about you
Combat.
for Newt Svalbard, Mark?
Saves. You said 4 in each of 2
Yep.
categories.
Or stats, you'd go 5 and 3. So you want saves?
Yeah.
Yep.
You go
It's 2 by
sanity and fear. Okay, got it.
Sounds good. Excellent. And unfortunately, Owen isn't going to be able to play. I've not removed his character from the overlay, but I'll just leave the space blank for now.
In memoriam.
For the meantime, Charnes has wandered off on Prospero's dream, doing his own thing. Who knows? You guys thought that he went with the captain, but he's not responding to his short-range comms. You're not sure where the fuck he went. Who knows?
The good news is he left the bulk of his money behind as requested.
That's incorrect. He certainly would not have left his money behind.
I was minding his credit stick, was I not?
No, you were not. Nobody has his credits because who knows? He might come back someday. And if so, I'd like him to still at least have the money he made for that first mission. He earned it, after all. He almost died. So, that's the first step of leveling up. So back to 13. Now pick a minor improvement. Do you want to gain a resolve, remove a phobia or addiction, which I don't think you have any, or heal all stress?
I'm going to take the resolve.
Okay, add 1 point of resolve. What about you, Bob? How about for Bogdan Velki?
Bringing my resolve up to 2 because I believe I'm at. Where's my stress? Yeah, my stress is at 2, which is the minimum that I can have at any time.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like everyone starts with stress starts at 2, and I think that's supposed to be a floor because there are certain panic things that can happen that will raise minimum stress.
That's
so
true.
It seems to imply that 2 is the minimum you can have at any time.
Let me double check this real quick. Where's the stress on the character sheet? There, starts at 2. Oh yeah, and it doesn't show. I see what you're saying. Yeah, these old character sheets. Because I think on the new character sheet, does it not say? Are you guys using the new character sheet?
Current and minimum.
Right, and is there a 2 and a 0, or what's the? I'd have to look at the core.
There's a 0 under
current, and minimum is 2.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so 2 is the minimum. Fair enough. I just wanted to double check that.
No, it's stress. It says stress minimum 0, current 2.
That's what I said.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Okay, so yeah, you can reduce it down to 0 if you want. But if you want the point of resolve, I think that's probably more
I'm definitely sticking with the resolve. Good to know, though.
There's other ways to lose a couple of points of stress.
Yeah.
Dr. Albright, which would you like? Resolve, remove a phobia or addiction, or gain Remove all your
Resolve.
stress. Cool. And how about for Newt's Falbard?
Well, I did buy a lot of drugs last time. I just haven't used them yet.
That's true.
But
You're not
I'll,
addicted to anything yet.
I'll take the I'll take the resolve.
Good call. Fair enough. And then you all have 2 skill points, which if you have any skill points banked, of course, or you can continue to bank if you want, if you need to, for some master skills, etc.
Right.
All right.
4.
It's Newt. I'm gonna bank mine. It's 2,
Okay.
correct?
Yep. It's 2 points. Yep. 2 points per level. And that one's easy. I don't have to go around the table because everybody gets the same thing for the 3rd step.
If I next took robotics, would I be able to fix 13 if he gets damaged?
Possibly, yes. Certain
Okay.
aspects of him, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Certain more complicated things might require cybernetics, I think, or
Base,
what are the higher
perhaps
skills?
basic physical function.
Oh, or
perhaps.
artificial intelligence if you want to mess around with his programming.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
But robotics, you could definitely do physical repairs.
Or I can just build a robot on board that
You could do
Would
that too. You could
bolster our.
Mad Dr. Velke.
Oh, what am I doing with my skill points?
No. I'm just.
Oh.
Sorry, actually, yeah. Was that you? That's Newt. Sorry, Newt is the one who's thinking about taking that.
That was me. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm going to
sorry.
save up. So I'm
You're
going
right.
to save up for it. I'm going to save up for robotics.
That's cool. That's very
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, sorry. Dr. Velke also is interested in robotics. Did you get there yet?
So robotics, I've kind of changed my bent.
That's fair.
Yeah, so the thing I'm doing right now with my total of 4 skill points, because I did bank 2 from our last level up,
Right.
is I'm going, or I banked all of them from the last level up. I'm going to take mysticism to go down my archaeology tree. So I have archaeology and mysticism now, because I'm kind of going for a Doctor Strange kind of vibe without the magic. I'm a doctor of things that are strange.
Oh, right. Yes, yes.
And we'll see if I decide to spend the money on Prospero's Dream to get some kind of actual doctorate, if that's a thing that Prospero's Dream can offer.
Interesting.
Especially a doctorate in something weird.
Yeah, right.
Cryptoscience
Cool.
or something.
Okay, so you spent 2 points on mysticism.
Yep, and I'll probably bank the other
Bank the other
2.
two?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Sorry, and Newt, you're saving up, you said, right? Because you're interested in robotics.
Yes, that's right.
Cool. 13, what did you spend your skill points on? You might as well go around the table anyway and find out what everybody did. It's good to know what your companions are capable of. 13.
Let me turn my volume up for a second. My volume's maxed out.
Yeah, and you can't hear me? Am I quiet, guys? Let me know if I.
Yeah, you're better now. A few seconds ago.
Let me know whenever I get quiet because my microphone's kind of
Gotcha.
funky.
I put mine into pathology. That was the general gist, that he was supposed to support the ship. So he went with jury rigging and now pathology.
Excellent. Cool.
Oh, shit. I thought that was, okay, I got you.
But what was what?
I thought that was psychopathy. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
pathology.
Yeah,
It's good stuff, though. You've just become the ship's. Well, no, you've become the ship's second doctor because Dr. Albright's already got pathology, I believe, right?
Right. But since he's around 24/7, I think he should probably be the primary.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, well, is that right? You can discuss that with Dr. Albright.
Never have to sleep. You can be my backup, sir.
That's funny.
Captain Jazz will go to him.
I was going to go with surgery, but mechanically, psychology, is there anything I can use that for?
There is.
Stress-wise?
You can use that to assist somebody else who's trying to relieve stress by resting or something like that, right? You know, your daily thing where you roll your fear save to see if you can reduce your stress.
Okay, so
that might
be
whenever you get a nice rest. So you can use psychology and talk to somebody, right? Talk them down basically before they rest or while they're resting, etc. But that'll give them advantage, I think, on their roll, on their fear save. However, it means then you cannot rest yourself that night. Not enough to regain stress.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of like taking their burdens upon yourself in a sense, right?
So you can
do
only
that. You can do that with psychology, and you can also do that with theology. I think it's called
Right?
the religious one.
Theology down. That's a right.
Yeah,
I was
theology.
thinking
You can also
about.
do it with
I would.
theology,
I was thinking about taking
like a
hydroponics
priest or a, you know.
and theology.
Shepherd Book would be a good one for theology, right? So a good example in a sci-fi kind of similar setting. So that's everybody's skills done then, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, can I just spend a little bit of time thinking about this? Or do we have to
Thinking about it?
choose them?
Yeah, sure. Think about it.
Okay.
I don't mind. Yeah, if you bank the points now and decide you want to spend them later, I'm totally cool with it because, you know, it's
Okay,
fair.
cool.
It's your allowance, son.
Yeah. Yep. It's not like you're getting bonus points or anything that way. So, all right. When we left off then, Doctors Velke and Albright and Newt Svalbard, the three of you were leaving, I believe, the farm, right?
Mhm.
You were leaving the farm with the intention of not the cellar burn, no. Should be why the
We had
fuck?
gotten to where the terrorist attack was.
The ice box.
Yeah,
The
you were
icebox,
heading to the
yes.
icebox, correct. Which I have not put a map of the icebox up. I don't think I'm going to because I don't think I have that kind of map for the icebox. No, not really. There are spoilers on that map too. No, I'm not putting that up there, which is fine. Yeah, that's where you guys were going to basically, right? You were headed to the icebox and you were passing through the kind of zone where the attack had been, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to you guys a little later because we got to catch up your captain a bit, just to see where the hell she is.
Cool.
And 13, you were still aboard the ship, as I recall, right? What did you really do much last session? You haven't even-
Research
yeah, research, right?
and set off a bomb.
You did not set off the bomb.
What it felt like.
Lunatic. All right, Captain Jazz Donahue.
Yes.
So when you get in your cab, you know your friends, your crewmen, Doctors Velke and Albright and Newt Svalbard, climb in a cab and they take off to head straight to the bar. Right? They're going to. Oh, I have the wrong map up again. They're going to the bar that I have on the map at the moment. Anyway, they're going to Sem's bar, where it's the club. There's heaven upstairs, ecstasy downstairs, and a bar on the main floor. Now, let me just take that off of there. This is what I mean to have up. There we go. So when you get in your cab, where do you go to? Don't say the Stellar Burn because that wouldn't make sense since that's where they're going right away. I believe you're muted, Rusty.
Oh, do I know what these places are roughly? Like what's written underneath them about them?
Oh, I'd have to look at that in more detail. Are there spoilers or anything on there?
Well, I think she would
Probably
go
anyway, I think
to
that
the
stuff's all pretty much advertised. There's
okay.
there's the dry dock, right, which is where you're getting the cab from. That's where docking
So I'm
repairs
gonna
will
go
take
to
place.
the court.
You want to go straight to the court?
Yeah, because Captain wants to know like the top movers and shakers.
Interesting.
And she also wants to know about like I think I said this last session. She wants to know about the actual people that like live here, right?
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
And yeah.
Excellent. Let me just go check something here.
She could be talking to the cabbie, and it sounds like he should take her to the court.
You want to go to the court? Oh, very well. It's at the center of the station, so it's not too hard to get there from the dry dock. If I'm looking at the map correctly, yeah. So he starts
She wants to
driving
learn
away.
about the power brokers. Yeah.
So you're talking to the cabbie, and let me think about this. Yeah, it's going to be a human cabbie. It's got to be. So he says, so the courts, yeah, are you advocating for someone? Or are you just going to bet on the trials? Feeling all right there, young lady? You're awfully quiet. Am I disconnected or something? Or is Rusty just not talking?
Oh, the sound cut out. I didn't hear what he said. I'm sorry.
Really? Oh, okay. So, yeah, the cabbie is at the courts, huh? Are you advocating for somebody? Or are you just
I
going
always
to bet
advocate
on the
for
trials?
I always advocate for people's rights, and I want to see what these trials are like and are like on Prospero.
I see. Okay. Well, it's pretty
Is
simple.
it pretty
If you
fair?
break the law, then you go to the holding cells and wait for trial by combat. If they can
Oh yeah.
afford it, they can have an advocate to fight on their behalf. The winner goes free, and the loser, if still alive, goes to the choke.
Tell me, who's the most famous advocate these days?
You would ask a question
I'd
like that.
imagine there would be like some really famous ones.
Yeah, there probably is. Here we go. Well, there's this new up and comer who's all the talk. He's already won seven bouts. He's well on his way to becoming an executioner. His name is Novak. If you ever get in trouble and you need a hand, he'd be a good one to ask if you can afford him. Advocates usually start at about 50,000 credits, you understand, a piece. He'd be more, I'd say, with 7 wins under his belt. How much? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But hey, you're on the right path. I'm taking you there now. So
When we get there, I'd like you to here, and I'll well, keep the engine running for me.
you planning to leave in a hurry?
You have a lot of information. I'd hate to get another cab and have a robot taking me around.
Oh, I see. You want to pay for a retainer fee for the day?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, all right. I mean, how many hours?
Here's enough for 4.
4 hours, huh? Okay, let me think how much this guy probably
All
charges
right.
per hour. He
Yeah,
probably gets
make it 8 hours so it's like a day.
8 hours. Okay, that'll be 400 credits.
I will
That
take
doesn't seem
that
like very
off.
much, but yeah, we'll go for it. We'll go with it. All right, cool. So yeah, he pulls up to the courts. So you pull up outside of this big, kind of almost jewel-shaped building, right? It's much larger at the top. It comes almost to almost like a pyramid tip. The bottom is like an inverse pyramid, and it's much shorter and squatter, of course, because it doesn't go as far, right? So it doesn't get as narrow. Where is it? Where you pull up? Yeah, you pull up here. Okay. Um, so there are throngs of spectators as you get out of the cab and approach the court. There's a thick stench of body odor and smoke. There's a lot of people making bets and watching the screen. You can see an arena. Sorry, it's called the pit, if I recall correctly.
Okay,
Let me double
nice.
check here. Where do the fights take place? No, it's not the pit. It is. I
I
guess
just want to
this is the
know, yeah, if the
cage.
fights are here.
Cage. No, the cage is fenced in. So it must be the bench is where they fight. Where the fuck do they fight? Maybe they just fight right here in the court. Sorry, 2 seconds. In the middle of the cage, the platform raises the accused. Balcony, box seating, and all that's over here. Executioner's quarters, adjudicator's quarters, holding cells. The pit is just where the animals are kept, right? Yeah. Yeah, they must fight right out here in the court. So the court is held right here outside of the building, right, on the upper part, right? So you're up, your hover cab, right? Because that's basically what they are, has put you up on this raised platform of the court. And so there is stadium seating, there is floor seating, there are boxed seats. You see sign for all of this, and you can see all the people standing around outside looking at big screens and shit displaying the actual fighting floor. It says that stadium seats are 10 credits, floor seats are 2,000 credits, and box seats are 10,000 credits. Box seats are sold out. Floor seating is sold out. Only stadium seating available. You can see there's occasional fights breaking out in the crowds that are gathered around out here by, watching the screens and doing all the side bets. There are some Tempest Company probies. They're like low-level Tempest Company mercenaries on standby who occasionally break up a fight and drag a couple people away or something, and toss them out.
I'd be looking for.
They carry SMGs.
Okay. I'd be looking to see, I guess, today's news in the court. Like, I guess, the defendants of the day or whatever.
Yeah, so let's double check this here. Roll a d10 for me, please.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay. This is a contraband smuggler who is on trial for smuggling contraband. Basically, like improperly stored like laser cutters and things of that sort, things and explosives, things that can cause hull damage, etc. His name, I'm on the wrong fucking name generator. Let's see here. Roll a D100 for me. Maybe it's not even a he, actually, now that I think of it.
It's 95.
95. Yeah, it could be a he. His name is Amano. So he's on trial for smuggling laser cutters onto the Dream. He does not have an advocate, so he's fighting for himself.
Okay.
And he will be fighting. Roll another D10 for me.
That's a 3.
Roll another D10 for me.
Okay. 10.
He will be fighting 10 diamond dogs.
Can I? Okay. Fuck. Is there a way for Captain Donahue to speak with anyone on his behalf?
Yeah, the
Or
trial hasn't
Amano
started
himself?
yet. You want to see about? You want to approach the court to see if you can become an advocate?
Or if I can procure one for the Amano?
Ah, I see. So you want to start asking around for one?
Yeah, I'll start asking around for Novak, I guess, before I approach the court.
Okay. No, that's totally cool. Yeah, you'll be directed to Novak. Fuck, Novak. What does Novak look like? Novak's probably pretty badass. Let's
Heavily armored,
see
I'd
here.
imagine.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm going to tell you in a second here. Novak. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Armor and weapons. I want to take a look at this real quick. Yeah, Novak has advanced battle dress. Right? It's got the small exoskeleton weave in the clothing that helps him carry extra weight. He does have speed disadvantages on it, but what's he got for weapons here? Well, actually, he probably doesn't have his weapons with him here on the court. I don't think he'd be carrying them around. He would have them probably stowed away.
Yeah,
because he's probably
that
got
sounds.
multiple weapons for multiple things. So as
Mhm.
you approach him, he's In fact, he's probably not even wearing the advanced battle dress. In fact, he's probably just wearing like kind of maybe some kind of like tactical kind of clothing, right? He's got kind of a punk, like a spiked mohawk. In fact, let's call it Liberty spikes. You know what those are, right? The ones that are pointed, particularly you might
Oh,
have
hell
like a
yeah.
row of 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever, depending on how thick they are.
He has 7 for each bout he's won.
And because it's pound of flesh, we'll say it's a pink mohawk.
Yeah, he has 1 for each bout.
7 then. That's badass. So as he wins more bouts, the strands get thinner. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Let me double check something here. Yeah. As you approach him, he kind of like pulls out a cigarette and he lights it. And he pulls it away and exhales this puff of smoke as you're walking up to this guy, and you can see he has like fangs. They look like they're not
Oh,
they're
nice.
not traditional. Those are definitely modified, probably cybernetic or at the very least.
So I'd imagine like Captain Donahue's trying to lock eyes as she approaches, and she says,
He locks eyes with you.
"Can a girl bum a smoke?"
Certainly. And he pulls out a cigarette pack and slides out a cigarette part way so you can take it.
I know you. You're that new fighter that everyone says has the most beautiful smile.
He grins again, shows you the teeth. He says, "Well, thank you, young lady. That's very kind of you to say. Are you in some kind of trouble too?"
I haven't been on Prospero long enough to cause any trouble yet, unfortunately.
Oh, lucky you then. Yeah.
Hey,
you need
are
a
you
light
fighting?
as well, he says.
Oh, please.
Yeah, and then he lights the cigarette for you.
Do you fighting today?
No, I'm not booked. This next guy definitely couldn't afford me. I mean, contraband smuggling. He could have gotten off for 50,000 credits on a bribe, so he definitely can't afford my wage.
So you're saying he's a terrible smuggler?
Well, I'm saying that he didn't get paid very well in advance at the very least. Anyway, that's his problem, not mine. 10 diamond dogs. He drew the short side of the stick.
Diamond dogs. I've never heard of them. Have you fought any? I'm sure you've killed lots of diamond dogs.
I've killed a few. They're a lot easier to kill than people.
So, what are you thinking about fighting them yourself today?
Are you sponsoring this guy?
I'm thinking about it. I just want to see some
Really,
action.
lady, I think you could do better. Why don't you just let him face his own fate? Move on. Find yourself another fella. I might even know a guy. He grins again.
Yeah? What are you suggesting exactly?
Well, what's the guy's name? I gave you a name, didn't I, for the smuggler?
Amano?
Amano. I mean, come on, let's face it. He ain't getting out of this alive.
Not with him,
And
but
if
I mean,
for some reason the diamond dogs don't kill him, and they always do kill. If for some reason they don't, he'll probably be dragged away to the choke anyway. You'll never see him again. What are you worried about him? Save your money. I'm expensive.
I want to see you kill these fucking dogs, Novak. Sounds like an easy bout. Come on.
10? That's an awful lot of dogs. I tell you what, 10 dogs, I'll do it for double my normal fee. I offered to him for 4 times, but yeah, you're cuter.
So what would that be?
500,000 credits. I mean, if you want, you can go find a bum for probably a tenth of that, but it's a roll of the dice.
Am
Anyway,
I
you better hurry up. That fight's coming up in less than an hour.
am I able to speak with 13?
Sure, yeah, you can jump
I
on my
have long
short-range
comm.
comms. You can
Okay.
use short-range comms. I'm sure you have all the comms.
13.
I'm fairly certain you bought short-range comms anyway with your
Yeah,
initial.
I found them in the first adventure.
Yeah.
I would okay, so I'm trying to ping 13.
So 13. Oops, sorry, I see somebody typed in the chat. I don't have the chat up. Apologies. Okay. Where the fuck? Oh, I'm not in the right window. OBS, please. Why is it over there? 13 is here. Pow. 13, are you there?
Yes.
You are being called by your captain.
He was dancing around naked to some jazz tunes.
Yeah.
So
I bet he
13,
was.
I'm thinking about hiring a mercenary to represent Smuggler. And I think if we can win his favor and save his life from being sent to some kind of prison they have here, he might be useful to us.
That doesn't sound very profitable, Captain. How much is this going to cost us?
Well, if I can get 500 grand, it's a guaranteed win, and this guy will pretty much be my slave.
So a slave for 500,000? That seems pretty steep.
He's supposed to be a smuggler. I figured maybe we can just take his ship or something.
We have
saving his life.
It seems like a bad deal, Captain. If you're clearly asking my opinion, I'm sure you can buy a slave for much less that hasn't already.
Yeah, stand by.
Okay.
So
I would approach.
Put 13 on standby.
Yeah, and then I would approach Novak, I guess, and I'll ask him one more thing before I leave him, and I'll say, I'll tell him that I'll come back, and I'll find you soon, shortly, and do you enjoy doing this, or do you seek other opportunities for your career?
I need 3 more wins and I can get a job as an executioner and I'm set. Yeah, I like my job. That's why I'm good at it. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, well, the name's Captain Donahue, but I'll let you call me Jazz.
Oh,
it's not short for Jasmine. Listen, where do you usually go after the fights?
Well, I usually, after I win, I usually hang out here for a while with my fans, celebrate. Sometimes end up in the over at Sem's.
Do I have like some kind of phone number I could give him?
Like, here's my short range comms. Call me.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Imagine you'd have to have something like that, right? Yeah, of course you would.
Hopefully,
so I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
I mean, you'd probably have the whole thing, everything we have today and more, really, right? Like up to
I'll ask him for his comm, and then I'll enter my name and number
and shit. You ask him for his number, he'll give it to you gladly. In fact, he pulls out his little communications,
and they like
basically
link up,
his little smartphone, whatever, and he just kind of pings it over to you, and it gives you his card.
Yeah.
Right. Novak, advocate at the court, Prospero's dreams, 7 and 0, et cetera, et cetera. Call me for booking at blah 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 blah. Rates dependent upon opponents. Minimum starting fee of 250,000 credits. And what else would be on there? That'd probably be enough for his own little business card, I'd say.
Okay, and then I would just talk to Amano and ask him. Oh, you told me what happened.
Wait, you mean the accused?
Yeah.
You can't see him.
Oh, okay.
There's a
He's
cell.
in.
There's a
He's a-
cage visible just inside the building, and you can see it's hard to see from where you are. Well, you're probably seeing it on screens even. You're probably not close enough to see it, in person. But it's down like a long kind of wide corridor, if you will, that leads from this cage out to the fighting floor, which is at the very front of what this arena, the court, basically is. It's kind of
okay.
half moon shaped, if you will, right?
So I think what I would
Stadium
like
and
to do.
theater and-
I think what I would like to do is not worry about a mono. I'll try to learn the name of some presiding judges, if I can.
Well, I tell you what, you can learn, because I'm sure you just ask around here, you'll find out pretty quickly. Let me see the court. So the court is presided over by Chief Adjudicator Brunhild and her retinue of executioners. So let me just show you. I think I actually have an image for Brunhild, don't I? Oh, I probably haven't put it up yet. I need to add it. I do have an image. Let me just add it, because I'm sure her image will come up often in the the vid screen ads and stuff, right? She's the fucking boss, and yeah, she's one of the most important people in the station. That's why she's got to write up in a character image. If we're being honest, there she is.
Whoa.
That's who that
looks like.
person is.
Yeah, she's on the cover of the
I've
book,
s-
actually, isn't she?
She's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Um,
89 years old.
That's Brunhild.
Okay.
What does it actually
So I just take
say
notes
there?
of the.
Chief Adjudicator of the Court. Yeah.
Which was the leader of the Valkyrie, yeah?
Oh, nice.
The original Brunhild. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would leave the court with
Yeah, she
this
wears this weird
information.
fucking helmet. It's connected to an earpiece. There might be some cybernetics going on there. You don't know. She's definitely got some interesting marking on her face as well. She's got a nose ring. We'll say she's like a strawberry blonde.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna get the information. I'm take note of Brunhilde, and then I'll go back to the cab. And
As you're walking away, Novak would say to you, "You better hurry up, young lady, because the sign-ups for advocation end in 23 minutes. You might
hey,
be
Novak.
Yoramano's only hope. He's dog meat." And
Novak,
he
you think I
winks.
could do it?
What? Kill 10 diamond dogs?
Yeah.
I barely know you, Captain Jazz Donahue.
Do they
Do
give me
you think you could do
weapons?
it? Oh, you bring your own.
You wouldn't lend a girl a gun? Don't you want to see me kick ass?
You don't have your own guns?
Well, I mean, it can't be as good as yours. You're a professional.
Well, no. I'm not going to lend you any of my guns to go and get yourself killed. That would be a violation of my own moral code, I'm afraid.
Right. How else would I be able to see you
10 diamond
tonight?
dogs. 10 diamond dogs will eat you alive, Jazz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, then I couldn't see you tonight. Anyway, I
Well,
got
if you want
something
to
else I
stick
have to do,
around,
Novak.
and if you want to make some bets, of course, I'd say bet on the dogs.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's what I'll do then. Yeah, so I'll just bet 2,000 or 249,600.
Where did you get all that money?
As I'm looking at this too, it looks like the fighting actually takes place in the cage. That's interesting.
Well, it's like Mad Max, right?
Yeah,
To
okay.
enter.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it looks like the combat takes place in this cage. It's a huge.
So I'm putting
Square-shaped cage.
249,600 on the dogs.
How much?
249,600.
249,600. Okay, write that down. I won't remember.
That's all my money. Yeah.
Well, do you want to watch the fight with what's your man's name? Novak. He says I have
Novak, yeah,
he says I have a booth. Come on, we're having a party.
perfect. Thank you.
So he'll take you up there to boxed seats. Sorry, that's basically booths. You can see the bench. So there's
Novak,
there's
I've been
balcony
running with a
box seating
real
that's
rough
reserved
crew.
for the chief adjudicator and her retinue. You can also see a lot of people that you assume are just major power brokers on the Dream. If are you said you were interested in these people, right? Finding out who they are.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were also asking a question. Sorry, I spoke over you, but
I was telling Novak how this crew I found myself with are some kind of lame, and it's like this is really exciting for Captain Jazz.
the boring ass doctors and the fucking mechanic, yeah.
Yeah, and
the
I'm going
robot.
on about the
You complain
naked
about
robot, but
the naked robot. Yeah.
no, I tell him I like the robot more than them.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. He laughs and says, "Well, what kind of ship do you got?"
It's mainly just using it for cargo right now.
Hmm. Oh, it's a multi-purpose vessel, though. Yeah. I'd like to see it sometime. You'll have to show it to me. Maybe tonight after the after party.
Do you have a ship, Novak?
No. I'm not
Yeah,
leaving the Dream
we'll see.
anytime soon.
We'll see. I do just need to relieve some stress. We'll see. Watching this man get murdered does it for me.
And you'll point out the people because you'll see the screens. They occasionally pop up too, but you can just see them because you're up in the box seats here. He says that's Angus. He's a data broker. Let me double check here. Angus, the data broker. Yeah, he's the system admin of Canyon Heavy Market. Very, very powerful man. That one there next to him there, that's the Teamster Union rep Reedmar. Reedmar is the Teamster local 32819L, I think it is. He's their main representative here in Prospero's Dream. He's a union loyalist, kind of a legendary pilot as well. He he says, what the fuck? Yeah, he's going to tell you all this information because he's into you now. He says Reedmar distributes Yandy's psycho racks to help fund our corporate lobbying. It's a tough old man. Actually, fuck, I have images for all these people too, don't I? I do. I might as well add them all. I'm going to need them eventually. Reedmar looks like...
Seems like I came to the right place, Novak. This is where I belong. High society.
This was a good idea, Rusty. I got to hand it to you. So there's Reedmar, right? So he's the union rep. Teamster Local 32819L. Pop him off there for the moment. I'll also show you Angus because you saw him first. He was the sysadmin from the Canyon Heavy Market. Like I said, the information broker, basically, right? Angus is there. There's Angus. Nice headwear, huh?
Yeah.
He's got some cyber mods for sure as well.
So I guess what I would say
at the court.
Yeah.
I want to give you all these different the people who attend the court. You might as well.
I would
also show you Commander Cutter.
Oh, okay.
So Cutter looks like this. There's Commander Cutter. So Commander Cutter is the commander of the Tempest Company, the Mercenaries. They basically maintain order and security for Yandy here on the station. Yandy's the boss. Anything else you'd say? Yeah, he was originally a privateer during the Corp Wars. Established his command in the Mercenary Company then. He's a real salt the earth kind of tactician, and he's pretty much the security arm of the Golyanova Il Bratva.
I would try to ping everyone and just be like, you won't believe where I am right now.
Ah, yes, of course. Sorry, the last one he points out is going to be the big boss herself, even higher than Brunhilde here on the station. Perhaps the only person of any higher authority than Brunhilde on this station is Yandi. She's the Vor, a Vor of the Golyanova Ilbratva. So she rose through the ranks of the mafia empire by discovering the lucrative psychorax trade here with the Solarians on this very station. So all the psychorax in the known worlds comes right here from Prospero's dream, and Yandi, she controls it. The High Gardener runs the farm where they make the stuff, but he never comes to these bouts. So after, just as he's kind of pointed them all out to you, an elevated revolving stage fenced in with electrified cage, dominating the center of the court. That's the cage itself. In the middle of it, a platform raises up, and you can see it's coming up from some lower level, you presume holding cells or whatever. You can see a man. He's just dressed in pretty much, space fucking smugglers, typical uniform, or clothing, I should say. He does not look like a warrior at all, and he's currently holding a like a basically it's like a baseball bat with some spikes on it. I imagine it's not an actual baseball bat, some kind of futuristic version of that. But yeah, it's like
It's
basically
it's an aluminum
a
bat.
wooden swinging implement with multiple like fucking spikes coming out of it, metal spikes. They're not quite nails in a baseball bat. It's more like a specific what would you compare that to? A mace almost, right? Or what's the spiked mace called? It's like it's just a mace. A morning star.
Morning Star?
Morning Star.
Is it a morning star? Because I always confuse the morning star with the flail, I suppose. Yeah, it's a morning star type thing.
I would
And
just
he's
like
holding it in between with his two hands, kind of awkwardly looking around, freaking out. And the crowd now is just like jeering at him. The odds were not very good on this guy, by the way. You bet on him, right?
yeah.
Or
I'm
no,
like,
you bet
can't
on
wait for this
sorry,
guy
you bet
to
on the dogs. I'm sorry. The odds on this guy are 10
right.
to
I
1.
bet
So
against.
there's
I
actually
bet
some
for him
people
to
cheering for him
die.
too. There's other people cheering. More people are jeering because more people bet on the dogs. The odds were only like 1 to 10. So you bet 249,000 something. You're only standing to win about 24,900 credits. But if the dogs win. So he comes up and he kind of steps around the side of the cage a bit, and he's looking at the crowd. A lot of them, like I said, are booing him. Some people are cheering him on though because they put money on him, and he's paying 10 to 1 odds, right? You put fucking 100 credits on him, you win 1,000. So as he walks around, the platform lowers again from the center of the stage, and then after so up here in the box seats, you're very close, right? So you're kind of overlooking all of this. You get a real strong kind of musty animal odor washes up as the platform starts to rise again in the middle. And on there are the 10 diamond dogs. Now, these things are massive. They're each one is probably like Great Dane size. You're talking 150, 180 pounds. They are pretty dog-like, except for the fact that they have these almost like diamond-looking claws at the end of all 4 of their feet, and their teeth, which you see is they're kind of viciously snarling and yapping at the edge of this cage at the poor, scared, terrified smuggler walking around carrying this morning star, more or less. You can also see that their teeth also seem to be made of the same material like their claws. You assume this is why they're called diamond dogs. Their teeth look like those kind of fancy jewels, gems, type. And the dogs themselves are like a very sleek black in color uniform, no mottling or anything of that sort. The double check this. Yeah, so the platform then, the little electrified kind of basically looks, it's like a laser cage around the platform, then drops, and the dogs immediately charge towards this guy. I tell you what, just for fun, Bob, go ahead and roll a percentile for me anyway. And
Okay.
Mark, if you'd like to roll one for me as well, I'm going to have Bob roll on behalf of the poor soon to die smuggler, and we'll have just one roll for the moment from Mark for. In fact, no, go ahead, Mark, Barry, John, and Rusty. All four of you roll an attack roll for me for the dogs, because there's 10 of them. Why not?
Newt rolls a 26.
A 26. Okay.
A 24.
Okay. So one of the dogs comes charging up, and he takes a swing with the mace. Let me double check how many hit points I have. Yeah, he smashes one of the dogs in the face, and its head snaps aside, and it looks like the jaw breaks, and some of the teeth actually bust out of it, and it goes to the ground and starts flailing around in pain. It seems to be, at the very least, incapacitated. How did you guys do on your attack rolls for the dogs there, Barry, John, and Rusty? I'm just
I got a
improvising.
24.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
they-
not Rusty.
they-
Mark. I mean, your dog's the one that got killed, Rusty.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 26.
You rolled a 26. What did you roll, Bob?
I rolled a 55. I haven't said anything yet. They went first.
Shit. I misunderstood.
Yeah, the
Again, I
opposite. Yeah, the
mistaken
opposite
Mark's
of what
voice for your
happened.
voice for some reason.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just
Well,
must
anyways,
speak in the Russian accent the whole time.
that's all right. So that dog charges forward, attacks this man. You see it bite as he smashes the one. I'm just going to stick with it. As he smashes the one, and that one seems to be incapacitated. Another one comes up and charges and takes a bite out of his arm and seems to hold onto it and be pulling at it. And then suddenly it pulls away, and you see trail of blood pouring out of his arm as it's ripped a good chunk of his tricep out. How did John do and Barry on their rolls?
A 55 as well.
You got a
Oh.
55 as well.
Mhm.
That 55 was a failure for you, Bob, right?
I'm assuming so. Are you
Oh,
talking
of
about
course
like?
it is.
Should I
I'm
be-
sorry. Of course you don't have the stats. I'm looking here. Sorry. Yeah, it's a big time failure. It's a critical failure for you, and it's a critical success for the diamond dog. So the second dog, as he kind of almost drops the flail, and his right hand falls away, and he's loosely holding it with his left now, and looking at the horrific damage to his right arm. The second dog just tackles him straight to the ground and tears out his throat, and he's dead within 5 seconds of the fight starting. And most of the crowd cheers, and some people boo horribly, because they're upset. But just because obviously some people root for him. But for the most part, the crowd's excited to see this carnage, and the dogs then continue to tear at him until a handler comes up on the little electrified, whatever I want to call it, like a laser cage platform, and the beams drop, and he goes around. He's trying to get the dogs. He's got meat in a fucking bucket, and he's getting the dogs back onto the platform to then take them down below. As a couple other people then come on. Once he's got the dogs under control, a couple other people come in to dispose of the body of the accused. So it was a really quick fight. But you made 24,960, I think,
Yeah.
credits profit.
So I would just continue to spend my time here socializing with trying to get close to Yandi. I'll introduce myself to the
Oh, you can't get to her box.
Oh, okay.
She's in
Do I see Radnar?
separate box.
Is Radnar in my box?
Let me see here. Sorry, they're in the balcony. They're in a specific box.
Oh, he was
box.
pointing them out,
Mhm.
distant.
Yeah, you're
far
in
distant.
another guest box seat. Now, I guess if you want to try to start making your way over to them, you could. You're going to have to get through some Tempest Company mercenaries. They might not let you in, but
I'll ask Novak, I guess, to escort me to meet, because I'm a Teamster. I can meet Radnar maybe.
well, now wouldn't be the time for a meeting with Raidmar, I don't think. However, if you're interested in some work, let me see. Does Raidmar have work? Let me double check here. You might be better off joining the mercenaries. They do most of the work here on the station. The Teamsters, let's see, Raidmar. What can you do for him?
It would be whoever Novak, I guess, would be better with, friendlier with.
It'd be Novak that what you're more friendly with?
It would be whoever Novak knows more personally.
Oh, I see. What does he think of these people personally? Gotcha.
It would
Well,
be Novak's like right. I'm trying to seek. So whatever his social ties.
Let me see here. So Angus is the information broker. Reedmar is the union rep. Yandi Brunhilde. Well, Brunhilde would be one like that. He's probably the closest with because he's trying to become one of
Okay,
her.
yeah, and she's beautiful. We'll go try to seek and I'll try to seek information on employment with her.
So you want to see if you want to get an invite to meet with her.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I could probably work something out. I can't do it right now. It doesn't work that way. You understand? I know you're new here. 13, I forgot you're still on the screen. I guess you're still listening in. You can listen in with a hacking roll if you want.
Yeah, he had rolled a 14, but the guy was dead already, so I just kept quiet.
That's fair. Do you want to try to listen in on your captain's communications or no?
He's been listening the whole time and recording.
In that case, give me a hacking roll to make sure you could.
Yeah,
because
she left the mic open.
Oh,
think
she'd
she
be
did.
mad if she's being recorded.
Well,
She knew.
you left it open. I assumed you wanted it left open and recorded.
How did you roll?
37.
37. What's your intellect plus hacking?
I'm pulling it up, but it's quite high. Intellect is 54.
Okay.
Hacking is 0, but he has computers.
Yeah. You can be listening in and recording. That's fine. So he says to you, Captain Donahue, he says, I tell you what. He says it's, I think I said before it was the afternoon, right? So it's, why don't you meet me tonight? Meet me at the Stellar Burn. Meet me at the Stellar Burn. I'll have a booth up in heaven.
Oh, okay.
I'll fill you in on the details regarding a meeting with Brunhilde. It might take a day or two.
Tell Broomhilda, and I want you to know this too, that they call me Captain Jazz because I'm just as smooth. I'm the smoothest pilot on the Prosperous Stream.
Really? That's a bold claim. Well, if that's the case, it's quite possible Reedmar or Cutter could use you, to be quite honest. Or Yandy herself, perhaps even. But, well, you got to learn to walk before you run, right?
What's the name again, Novak? I'm going to meet you
Stellar
in
Burn.
heaven.
In heaven.
Stellar Burn.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Meet me in heaven tonight. Say 10 o'clock. I'm just going to say that's like 7 hours or 6 hours from now. Let's say 7 hours. Yep. Very well. He says, I look forward to it. Unfortunately, I have things I must attend to now.
I would just try to ping the whole crew and be like, hey, let's all meet up at 10 o'clock.
Okay. I'll say you sent out a general message, right? To meet up at 10 o'clock at heaven or where?
No, just the solar.
Oh, yeah, in the regular bar, Stellar Burn, sure. Yeah.
Captain, this is Android 13. We will not be making it to anywhere. We're still on lockdown.
Oh, actually, hold on. I got to think about the timing.
The ship is currently locked down.
Hold on. I don't know if it is. Remember, we had to backtrack in time. How long were you guys on the station before the bombing happened?
No idea.
Not that long. I mean,
We
they had time to buy drugs and have sex.
That was while you were at the Stellar Burn, right? I'm going to say that hasn't happened yet. It's coming soon, though.
Oh.
So the ship is not on lockdown.
Captain, this is Android 13. I am currently indisposed, going through all of the required preventive maintenance on the ship, which there is a lot of.
Are you done soon? I'm trying to have us all meet up later.
No, this is a job that's never done, Captain.
You had to cut out for a second for me.
He said it's a job that's never done. Basically, 13's telling you he won't be leaving the ship.
Well, you want us to hire you some help to make things go faster?
No, Captain, I'm quite efficient as I am, and I prefer to just get my work done. If
I'm
you
trying
were-
to find us work soon. I promise you. You hack my shit all the time.
I don't know what you're speaking about, Captain, but I must get back to work. And then 13, I guess we'll go back to checking out to see where the androids are, because that's what he was doing before the bombing.
Okay, and you get no reply from the rest of your crew because they're all getting laid at the Stellar Burn mostly. I don't know if they all got laid, but yeah, they were all hanging out at Stellar Burn, drinking and relieving stress. So, where do you go next, Captain?
I go into the cab, and I guess I go to the about trying to get a suit, one of those skins.
Sorry, what
Slick
kind of suit?
suit.
What kind of suit?
I'm trying to get a slick suit.
A slick suit? You mean a sleeve?
A sleeve. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh shit. This works out. So this would be around the time that the other guys, maybe a little before they go to the farm, and you're going to the icebox. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. You want to go to the icebox, lady? That's the place for sure. I'll take you there straight away. They got all the services. You get a reclamation sleeve. You can get one of the Model A's. You can get an Atlas X. You can get a Narcissus 1 if you're loaded. You can back up your sleeves. You can store sleeves. You can use their slick bays there.
I want to purchase a new sleeve.
You can join
I want
a
to
clan server slick world or design your own if that's what you're into.
I'm probably gonna end up designing my own, but I just want to purchase one and store it here.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Well, let me see here. If sorry, he wouldn't be saying this. It'd be me saying this. Looking at the map. So the best way to get there from the courts would be to go head over towards the Stellar Burn, and when you get to that section of the station, you turn left and head in the direction of the icebox. This is too perfect. As you pull up to the icebox, it's a highly, you know what this place is. It's a highly illegal synthetic sleeving facility and slick bay venue. You know that sleeves are all grown in vats. They're synthetic humans like androids, similar to 13. He's a synthetic human as well. Basically, they are like 13s, however, without the AI. A user's memories can be installed instead, allowing them to experience life or live again in a new body. So that's what you're interested in.
Extremely.
Okay. So you arrive there, and the entrance takes you first into the slick bays, right? In the slick bays section, and again, if you recall, I don't know, you weren't here last session, right? But again, think about all the aesthetics of these buildings. Now, I'm just describing the key locations that you're going to. You're driving past dozens, if not hundreds, of other establishments, anything from restaurants, bars, entertainment facilities, medicine, cosmetics, shopping and retail, accommodations, culture and religion, red light districts, training locations, administration locations, amongst many other things. You know, this is like a very cyberpunk future. I always think Blade Runner-esque, with all the various kind of VR advertisements and holographic advertisements, shit like that. I guess it'd be more AR advertising, right? Augmented reality and shit. But the icebox itself, as you come in, you walk straight into the slick bays. And here, there are hundreds of human-sized pods, similar in size to like cryopods. These are slick bays where users can enter a virtual slick world for education, escape and pleasure, whatever. They can also log into slick bays to install slickware if you have the right cybernetic, I think, modifications in order to install slickware, which is what allows you to like learn skills temporarily and stuff as long as it's installed, things of that sort. What else can I tell you? Some certain people with very powerful minds have been able to unlock deep mysteries and construct awe-inspiring private worlds in the Slick Bays. There's some very fancy Slick Bay design servers and things of that sort. Like I said, Slick Worlds. You do know that Slick Bay use, especially Slick World use, that kind of online. Think of it as online virtual reality gaming. It's like Star Trek's holodeck, right? Except you're in a pod the whole time. You're just in this virtual world. You know that it can be addictive. A lot of people do get addicted, and you also know it can be dangerous. Some people like to do hard mode Slick Worlds with the safety features turned off, and people often do die inside of their self-made hard mode Slick Worlds. So it's been known to happen.
But this is essentially another life.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, you could go into this thing and we could fucking play a session of Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu or something, right? It's just like again, I think if you ever watch Star Trek Next Generation, you know how they use the fuck out of the holodeck all the time? Something kind of like that, except again,
Yeah.
that was more physical. It didn't really make much sense either, physically speaking, but whatever. This is all, virtual reality, basically. Except, you experience it as if you're there if the safety features are off. So, from the Slick Bays, you go by the runway then, coming out of this big, massive hall. Think of like an Amazon. Have you ever seen the Amazon servers or the Amazon warehouses? You know how big those buildings are? I imagine something like that since there's hundreds of Slick Bay pods in the Slick Bay area. The next section you come to is the runway. It's a minimalistic, surgically lit fashion runway where sleeves can be paraded and inspected before purchase. It's not currently, there's no display at the moment. Actually, technically, access here is restricted or by appointment only. Well, say you're coming in here to make the appointment.
Yes.
That seems to make sense. So, who runs the ice box? Let me double check. It doesn't actually mention, does it? No. Okay. Well, I'll just make somebody up. Yeah, you get a small Chinese kind of looking man. He seems to be in his later middle age, maybe entering into younger old age. It's a little bit hard to tell. But he does have a thin, wispy little kind of beard that comes down maybe not quite to his clavicle. Clavicle? Sorry, not quite to his sternum. He comes forward and says, I'm sorry, do you have an appointment?
No, I didn't know I needed one.
He's got on like something that looks kind of almost like looks almost like a raincoat, right? It's dark blue in color, but you see lots of little wires and little flashing little LEDs and stuff on it. And it also seems to be attached to some kind of headwear he's wearing that looks like some kind of VR, maybe slickwear type headwear or something, or maybe some kind of cheap VR game. You can't really tell.
I don't have an appointment. Yeah.
Well, what kind of services are you looking for?
Well, I have an appointment tomorrow with Broomhild. So I'm thinking maybe some implants.
Tomorrow? You're looking for cybernetic implants?
Perhaps, yeah.
Oh, if you've come to the wrong place, you need to go to the chop shop for that.
Okay. Well, how much is...
It's clear on the other side of the station.
Okay. Well, let me make an appointment.
We do, you know what we do here, right? We do Slick Bay services and...
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. So
services.
I'm doing that too. So I need the appointment still.
Okay. You want an appointment for what? For the slick bays you can use now.
Yeah.
That's why I have so many. Very well. What are you looking to do? Are you
I
looking
need
to install
to
some kind of slickware, or do you just want to go into a Slick World server, one of your own, start designing your
I
own?
need I need the slickware installed.
Do you have a check what it's called real quick? Do you have a slick socket installed? He starts looking up at your head.
Is that from the
He
icebox?
reaches up and starts feeling around in your hair. You're at the icebox now. He says, no. He says, you don't have a slick socket. He says, you can't install slickware without a slick socket.
Okay, well, make me an appointment for tomorrow.
An appointment for tomorrow to install slickware? Sure, it'll take an hour. What time do you want to come in?
What are your hours? Are you 24/7?
Yeah, the slick bays are open 24/7.
Okay, do it at
There's some people
let's
that
do it
actually use them 24/7 too. So
let's do it tonight at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. tomorrow
Okay.
morning.
You better get your ass over to the chop shop. And he says, "What's your name?"
Captain Donahue.
Captain Donahue. Very good. I have a 4 a.m. Slick Bay appointment for you. 1 hour. That's all you need. Yeah.
Yes.
Very well. Since I am making an appointment and all, I will require the payment up front. So it's going to cost you 50 credits.
Okay. I'm gonna reduce 50 credits.
Okay. Thank you. And he hits on the data pad. Actually, he probably says, "Here, give me your thumbprint. Give me your thumb scan here." And
I
that'll
scan again
automatically
and I ask.
that'll deduct the 50 credits from your O2 cred stick, I'd say.
Okay.
There you go. And then the appointment's official. You get a ping on your device because you get a notification. You have an appointment at 4 a.m. with, Icebox Slick Bay services.
Yeah, I tell the cabbie double time.
You go back out to the cab, climb into the
double
cab.
time to chop shop.
Give me an intellect roll. Is there any kind of an awareness skill? Do you have military training?
I don't have military training. I have vehicles, but I have no. Yeah, I'm piloting.
No, you don't have military training. Anything else? Any other skills that you have that you think would give you a bonus to notice something? This is like a spot hidden roll.
Command.
Okay, sure. I'm sold. Roll it. Roll an intellect plus command.
That's a 65, or I mean 55.
Sorry, I just noticed I don't have any dice in front of me. Okay, a 55. What is your intellect plus command?
My intellect plus command is 59.
59. So you have a critical success. So as you're coming out of the slick bay, you see a man approaching the entrance as you're coming out, and your attention's drawn to him immediately because he looks strange. He's like completely emotionless, and he's walking pretty quickly, and very mechanically, very androidish. You're like positive this guy's an android. He gives you the heebie-jeebies immediately. A synthetic human, similar to 13, a little more human looking. His disguise is a little more convincing since he doesn't have a big number branded into his forehead or tattooed or whatever it is. But yeah, he's walking quickly towards you as you're coming out of the thing. His eyes aren't focused on you, though. He seems to be walking into the entrance of the slick bay.
I'm just like, holy shit. Okay, and am I in front of the taxi?
No, this is just as you're coming out. The taxi's a little ways away.
Okay.
You just ignore the man and just continue to the taxi?
No, I run after. I approach the man.
Okay, you're gonna try to get between him as he's approaching the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk up to the man. He walks up. What are you saying something to him, or are you just going to try to stop him? 'Cause
I
he's
know
continuing
you.
to walk.
I know you. Hey, stop.
Okay. He tries to grab you by the arm and force you out of his way.
I grab their arm, like strong-handedly.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any specialization
Sir,
for unarmed training or anything, or military training?
help! This
No, you said no.
man's grabbing me.
Roll your combat, please.
Okay, I got 18.
Oh, nice. What's your combat?
26.
26. You got a success. I have a failure. So yeah, he tries to push you aside. And what do you want to do? Do you want to still just stop him? You can stop him. You won the contest.
Yeah, I want to stop him. Yeah.
Okay. You
I'm-
managed to actually. He's strong, but you managed to like use some kind of technique, right? To use his size advantage against him. Maybe some Aikido type thing or something, and you kind of get him stopped and pushed back, and he starts to like freak out. And now, he's going to try to break free violently. So he's going to try to fight loose from you basically get him grappled at the moment. Do you want to maintain it? Do you want to try to?
I maintain it.
Do you want to try to make it better in some way? What do you want to do?
I
What's your
maintain
goal
it
here?
or make it better.
Okay. So do you want to try to do damage or anything?
No
of that sort?
damage.
Okay.
No, I don't want to damage
Give me a
anybody.
combat roll. Another one. Straight combat.
Okay. Oh, I fail. I went way over.
Okay. So he wins. He breaks free and pushes you aside, and he runs into the icebox door, flinging open as he rushes in.
Okay, the door is shut. I rush in.
The door, yeah, it's kind of ajar, but it's shutting. You go rushing in.
I rush in.
As you rush in, there's a big explosion. From directly in front of you. Let's see here. Give me an armor save. I think. What are the other saves? Hold on. I think armor's the only one, right? There's no dodge really per se.
What's
there's
oh?
no
I see
breath
my
weapon
armor.
save, is there? I think it's just a straight armor save. I need to have
Oh,
a
I
character sheet in
fail.
front of me.
97.
You rolled a 97 and failed? Okay, so you're going to take full damage from this. Okay, let me see what kind of damage it's going to do. Okay. It's going to do 100 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Are you really?
My well, I'm level 2, so my strength times 2, which is 48.
Let me just double check something here. When you drop down, you go unconscious or death. When you reach 0 health, make a body save. Make a body save. So you're down to 0. Make a body save.
I fail body save.
Yeah, you are dead then. Unfortunately. That explosion just fucking, because you were so close to him, because you ran after him when he exploded. It was a suicide bombing. Jazz Donahue, you were blown to bits.
Yikes. Oof.
Take a bio break and a moment of
damn.
silence.
Truly.
Everyone pour one out.
Absolutely. I wasn't gonna
I
have
wasn't expecting that.
another beer, but damn, now I have to. What the hell?
Guess we're looking for a new captain.
Guess we're looking for a new cap. We don't have a captain or any Marines. We're an engineer and 2 incredibly rich scientists and an android with an interesting internal life. It's just us and our millions of credits against the universe.
What you don't know is that 13 already has 3 candidates for captain already selected.
That's right. That's right.
Jeez Louise.
I'm gonna come back
13
and
has
just
been
be a
researching
pit
since he arrived at
fighter.
the station. He's been
Okay.
looking for right? Didn't you say that, John? 13 was
Oh
looking to
yeah,
see
he's got.
who's looking for hire, who's available. Like he
Yeah.
was
Yep,
checking.
he was looking for qualified people for jobs we didn't have filled, as well as other replacements for the captain.
All right.
Could I
Bio-
be Novak?
Oh, could you be Novak?
Could I be a level 1 Novak? Like shows up at 10
Sure.
or level 0? I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how it will stat him out. I'm just trying to consider that real quick. I wonder, should look at the hive mind. Do you have it?
Hive Mind. I have Hive Mind.
Take a look at those alternate classes at the beginning and see if there's anything that strikes your fancy, because I'm considering you allowing those. If there's anything there that you think makes sense for this guy, Novak, because I'm totally down with you playing Novak. I just gotta figure out how we'll write it.
Yeah, because where are they going to meet at the bar? Where
I guess he's probably a Marine, yeah. Otherwise,
I would
Well,
think
or
so.
a Teamster, or
Say
we
probably a teamster. He thrives
It's
fighting by
true.
himself.
he could be a Teamster. That's a very good point.
because the Union
Yeah.
people, or
That makes sense to me.
So what's our backstory on him joining our crew? I fell in love with your captain very quickly, and even though I am 3 wins away from becoming an executioner now I must travel the galaxy with you.
Ian. What was the
That's
zine you
kind
said?
of a good
Well,
point. That's kind
Well,
of a
let's
good point.
play that scene out in the bar, because weren't you going to wait for the captain in the bar? Wasn't Novak going to wait there? And then you're going to bump into us. So,
Ian, what was that zine you mentioned?
Hive mind.
okay, bio break.
Yeah, we're on bio break. That's why my break screen's
Okay,
up,
be
right?
back in a sec.
Did I put my break screen up? Please tell me I did.
Yes.
Okay, good.
You did.
Double checking. It seems like an appropriate moment for a bio break. Everybody pour one out. My-
Android 13 gets the alert that the captain is dead and starts playing Another One Bites the Dust and calls up queues up the other captains.
Yeah, you won't be getting that alert for a little while because it'll take some time before they'll identify your body, but she definitely won't be responding to comms, and you do know that she went to the icebox, I suppose, and you know that the bombing took place there. So that kind of changes maybe a little bit of your perhaps perspective on the bombing at the same time.
Well, he was recording everything she was saying and listening to at the time. So
Well, at that point though, you were also canonically you were trying to
Fair
find
enough.
the underground android group, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what that led directly up to the explosion.
right,
That's
like
right. That's exactly
he's
what he
not
was
a
doing.
he's not a human. He can multitask.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You would have still been recording anyway, even if you weren't
Yep,
paying
exactly.
direct attention to it.
Once there's an explosion, it'll be like, oh, hold on, and rewind, and Captain.
So 13 killed me.
Not actually, no. 13 didn't have anything to do with it.
That
It was
and
just a different android that did the bombing.
Yeah, like I said, he didn't look like 13. He was a much more human.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not
That's
much
what
more
the
human, but he
captain
was a
would
little
have
more human.
done.
He didn't have a tattoo on his forehead or anything that marked him as an
That's what
android.
the captain would have done if she got a critical on this weird person.
13 laughs to
The
himself.
thing is like if you had detained him completely, like pinned him to where he couldn't get away, he would have just set off the explosion at point blank range. Which it practically
I would have
was
died
point
either
blank
way.
range anyway, because you charged right after him. I was excited. I was like, good, he got away. Maybe he'll run in, blow up the thing, and you'll be like, oh, fuck, get in the cab, get the fuck out of here. Then get questioned by the authorities or something. That's kind of what I had thought in my mind, something the way it might play out. But you ran right back into the shop. I was like, oh no. It's just a grenade damage, but yeah, it was D10 times 10 and I rolled a 10, so that's 100 points of damage. Everything within, I think, 15 meters or something like that, 10 or 15 meters.
Now, strictly, speaking in context of the game, rather than try to finagle some sort of pit fighter to join a group of merchants and such.
Yeah, I was just
Why
thinking.
why don't
Oh,
you?
Ian.
Why
Ian,
don't
there's a new witness class. I could be a witness of it.
A witness? What's that? What's the class? Tell me what it says. Because I have a feeling that doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It
guessing. I
says
don't know. I'm not looking
it
at it.
says the practical evolution of the field reporter, training enlists like mental conditioning,
Oh,
witness
okay.
never looks away, armor 25, plus 10 speed,
What I was going
panic.
to
Yeah, go ahead.
what I was going to suggest is why don't you make one of the applicants to replace the captain that 13 had already researched?
That would make
Oh
sense.
yeah, I thought you were talking about our own group.
No, he looked beyond the group.
I
to
can
find-
be someone. Yeah, I can be one
to
of them.
find-
He doesn't.
to
He
find-
doesn't. He doesn't have to make it the captain. But if he doesn't, then we don't have a person to play
Exactly.
captain. So.
I wasn't suggesting that you have to do that. I was saying it might be easier to fit into the storyline because 13 already was researching people.
He
No, that
doesn't-
makes sense if you
if
already
he,
spent time doing that.
If he doesn't
But-
want to play, and if we, because I can easily just say there's no available captains that 13 thinks are worthy at the moment, then technically speaking, as it stands, I think Nut would be the highest ranking human on board because he's a engineering chief.
Sure.
He's what's that fucking merchant
Now-
marine, or that marine, or that what's the fucking teamster rank? Sorry, the
I sent the witness to the group.
Now,
warrant,
in context,
warrant officer or
Russ-
something like that.
right, warrant officer.
Yeah, he could be
In
a warrant officer.
context, if you didn't want to make a captain guy, 13 was also researching other fields that would be useful to the ship that we didn't have people for,
Which were,
which for anything we don't have people for.
well, you don't have any
So-
Marines. You don't have a
we
pilot
don't-
now.
Exactly. We don't have any pilots. We don't have any Marines. We don't have backup for certain things. And
I want
we
to
don't-
be another pilot.
Fuck yeah. Very cool. Teamster makes sense. Doesn't necessarily have to be a teamster though. If you roll good enough stats, I mean, if you don't have to be a teamster to take piloting, for example. Although, as a starting skill, is piloting an advanced skill? No, it's not, isn't it?
It's a
piloting and
starting.
heavy, piloting and heavy machinery is the two for,
Yeah, they're first level basic skills, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so he could still play a Marine and take piloting or something, for example. I'm saying he doesn't have to
At
play a
this
teamster.
point, with the way that using the
Could I be a Novak as a Marine though? 13 didn't realize
I
that.
don't. Well, Novak's not a pilot.
Right.
There's-
Oh, okay.
and like Bob was pointing out, I think, or was it Mark, was saying, sorry, I don't know why I keep getting those guys mixed up. Their voices aren't even that similar. But one of the
me,
guys,
Bob.
yeah, okay. Bob mentioned that why would this guy who's only 3 fights away from becoming an executioner want to take off with a space crew?
he wouldn't.
Yeah, he shouldn't be playable. Yeah.
That, and he's probably like
I like
sixth
the
level.
idea of you want to play like a cool NPC like that, but yeah, he's probably not the appropriate one. And
Okay,
he
so
should probably
I'll
have
do,
skills that are, and weapons if he should be
yeah.
higher level. It would be weird to make
So I
him-
would do Teamster, I guess, and then I could be one of the 13 if he was already going to meet up.
Okay, we need to make a decision, and I think I'll leave it down to good old-fashioned democracy. How many players we got left? Is there only 4 or 5? There's 5 of you, yeah? Yeah, 5. That's good, so we can't have a tie. So I'll give each one of you a vote. Do we have new characters start again at level 0? Or do we let them start at another level, like level 1 or something? Do we have them start a level lower than the character? What do you guys think? I would
think-
say we either have them start by the rules at level 0 again.
I say Rusty votes 0.
Okay, Rusty votes 0. Do you think he should be level 0, or should we give him a little? Well, he was only level 1 when he died anyway, so he'd still be level 0 if he had to lose a level, wouldn't he?
No, 2. We're level 2 now.
No.
I'm
Rusty's
voting
not.
Ian.
Rusty's level 1.
I'm voting for who.
Missed the session.
Every time someone dies, it's 0.
Okay, what do you vote, John?
I vote that whatever the current level of the group is, that the person rolls for each level advancing up to it, and if they have successes, then they can be that level.
What would they roll against?
That's what I mean. You just come up with a a hard number to reach, like I don't know,
Why?
A 1 on a 6.
Okay.
or like a 25 or below for first level, and then 25 or below.
1
to
out of
second level.
6.
Gotcha. Right. What do you vote, Bob?
I'll make a short case because I think the question to ask here is what is going to serve the game best. I think inserting a mechanic to see how high you get.
I
It
agree.
sounds like fun
kinda
to
weird.
roll shiny math rocks, but like, what does it do? What's the purpose? I think the question we're asking ourselves here, as far as how I'm thinking of it, is: do we start at 0 to stick to the rules and keep this game really, maybe you might make the case excessively brutal, or do we try to keep the party, kind of in the same level,
Kind of
assuming
advancing,
most
right.
of us survive,
Mhm.
make it less of a roguelike, right? Make it a
Right.
little bit less of a roguelike. And that my vote is for that. Keep it like, somewhere in the level of
Okay.
what the rest of the party's at.
Yeah.
What do you think, Barry?
Yeah, I kind of lean towards that. Maybe a step back.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And you, Mark, you agree, or do you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Alright,
all my
cool.
experience in other games.
So what I will
says-
do is I'll do the same thing I kind of was doing with my my Lamentations campaign, where everybody basically they go back to the starting XP for the level they were at. So level 1 starts at 10 XP.
Okay.
So your character will start with 10 XP. So you'll be level 1 again, but you're at base XP. Sound good?
Yeah, I have a new sheet here too. I'm good.
Cool. So you can write up a level 1 character, whichever class you decide you want to write up, or what kind of pilot you want to write up. If you want to take command again to be like another piloting commander, we can go with that route as well. I suppose I'm going to need a character image and a name as well. Yeah, I'll add the name and stuff to the overlay. Yeah, I might be able to do it in session now, or tonight.
I wouldn't
If
have a
not, I can put
picture
it
in
next time.
session.
Hmm?
I wouldn't have a picture ready in session.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You can just go with a description. Your character, in fairness, we're kind of like halfway through the session now, so I'm going to go back to the other guys and bring it all up to speed. So,
Yeah.
because they were on their way, they're going to be arriving basically where your character just died anyway here shortly. So, but it's hours later, it's after the scene's been cleaned up a bit. It's been locked down essentially by the Mercenary company. But yeah, we'll get there after this bio break, which is almost over. Just give me a moment. I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee. So that's what we do going forward. Anybody dies, they just lose all of their experience they'd gained towards the next level. I think that's a fair compromise too, because you're not. It's not totally brutal. We're not going back. Cause for campaign play, it makes sense to try to keep a little advancement going. But at the same time, there's still a penalty being paid when you lose characters. Just in an XP penalty. That's pretty brutal. What are we, session 4? We got our first death. Well, our first official in-character rolling dice death.
Right. Yeah.
Technically, one of the Marines. Well, we don't know if he died or not. He was left behind as a science experiment on Muta Station, so he could still be
Gosh.
alive too. Who knows?
Brutal. I feel like any version of him being alive is just going to be brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Guru coming back to the game. But if he did and he wanted a chance to continue to play that character, might as well make it available. So I'm sure I could find a way to make it interesting for him.
That's a valid point. Yeah.
Give him some
Also-
weird, some weird effects from all the
Right.
experimentation.
Mutant Marine.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, I gotta grab that Hive Mind.
It's free.
It's free, really, because I mean, just looking at
scene,
the photo we got sent. I mean, the Witness is a better class.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why,
I need to really look closely at those alternative classes, but they look pretty cool.
Mm. I mean, the only thing I saw was that little clip, which really only showed the saves, and the save distribution there is, it's not invincible, but it's a 240s and 225s, which is better than the
Right.
scientists start with. Plus, all panic rolls are made with advantage. Are you kidding me?
For a witness, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
That's
play the
cool.
witness.
That was for the
I think that's
the
because,
bombing
yeah.
witness.
That's because, well,
Yeah.
that's not just a bombing witness. It's for a character class called the
Yeah.
witness. They're like investigative reporters, essentially. Who,
So
Yeah.
play one if you like it.
I'm happy with Dr. Bogdan Velke. It was just caught my eye.
it's cool
I think he's
thought in
talking about
case-
me.
It's a cool thought in case Dr. Velke dies, though.
Yeah, Dr. Velke could easily die. I mean, 100 damage, and the fact that was just over how much health you had. I have 36
in fairness,
health.
I mean,
I had 48. Yeah.
in fairness, he was at like near point blank range of an exploding grenade.
No.
so-
I have no issue with that. I'm just saying, like,
But
you had
I got a
40.
question for you guys, actually, who were played last session. Did you see that coming? Did you know it was going to happen? Because I was wondering if you copped on to the fact that this was the guy that was about to bomb the icebox or not.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, they knew because obviously they're ahead of time by a few hours of where you were at, Rusty. So they knew that radical android liberation group had bombed the icebox. So, but oh yeah, I guess if you had watched the previous session report, Rusty, you might have been able to metagame that.
No, that's what was so great about it. Like, I'm glad that would have
yeah.
that would have ruined it. But you guys didn't tell me not to either, which is kind of messed up.
At this point, Jazz.
Nobody was like, no, let it go, let it go.
I think Jazz was on pretty much a thrill mission, so I don't think anybody's saying anything. She'd have been like, well, whatever. YOLO.
And then when Ian, when you were like, this is perfect, I was like, okay, I'm about to meet up with everybody.
Crazy.
Well, yeah,
I thought
it
you
was
guys were,
perfect
like,
because
gonna be there.
You were heading to the place where they were good. They're on their way there a few hours later. So
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe you might witness the bombing or something and be at the scene, still having been interrogated or something.
I'm at
by
the
time they
scene
pull
still
up.
when they show up.
Yeah, you are. You're in a bag or maybe multiple bags.
Yeah. You're there. You're there.
Part pieces.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, before we click back onto recording, how late are we planning on playing tonight? So I know it's creeping up on 8 Central over here.
Let me double check where we're at time-wise because I kind of lost track during all that role play there. Describing all of the important people hanging out at the court. That was cool. At least before Captain Donahue left us, she got you guys a glimpse at all that.
Yeah.
All of those.
At least we have it all recorded, right? 13 has it all recorded.
Oh yeah, we have her
yeah.
last moments recorded.
Yeah, the last hour.
So you
or
guys
two
know
of
all her
life.
intentions tonight to get boogie to fucking party in the heaven.
All right.
Oh
But
yeah.
she's in hell.
So let me
She's
see.
totally in
Oh
hell.
yeah, we're already an hour and nearly 40 minutes, so we'll probably play for like another half hour or so. Like not much more than that. I try to keep these around 2 hours. I didn't realize I'd gone on that long before the bio break. Sorry.
It's all good. It was
Uh,
compelling.
It was exciting stuff. See now. Let me. The fuck is Donahue? Oh, there. Let's get her off the screen. Rest in peace, Dr. Albright.
Rest in
Dr.
pieces.
Velke. Rest in pieces. Yeah. So, a few hours later, you guys
Okay.
are taking a cab from the. You were taking a cab from the farm. Where was your destination? You were going to the
Icebox,
icebox.
I
Yeah.
thought.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Where's the farm? The farm is number 5. Sorry, it was messing me up that the names on the map don't match up, aren't like right next to the location sometimes. Yeah, number 5 is up there. Okay, so yeah, you were going back. Oh, you guys were going back. Yeah, you were going to the icebox. Okay, so as you guys are pulling into the icebox, cost you another 20 credits each for the cab ride.
Right.
Yeah, as you're pulling in, there's a pretty heavy mercenary company presence. There are still people out and around, like, you know, probably taking videos and images and shit of the place. You'll see that the entrance to the icebox is all there's like essentially the Tempest Mercenary Company's version of a police barricade, right? Caution tape, etc., shit like that. You can see that there's obviously been. This is the site of the explosion. Looks like whoever set off the explosion set it off very close to the entrance. You can definitely tell that from the damage to the building that it's blown out. So the explosion happened from beyond the entrance, not from outside. And a report will pop up on the taxi's vid screen. I'm sure they got like news flashes and shit like that, right? A Prospero's Dream kind of feed, right? Victim in icebox bombing, victims, I should say, in icebox bombing are beginning to be identified. Let me see here. Given that damage and the area of effect, we said 15 meters, was it, or 10? Double check real quick. Grenade range. It's 15 meters, right? So that's like 45 feet in every direction. Right. Okay. So there are a total of 21 deaths. There are another 45 injured, currently in treatment, some in severe shock since the bombing took place in the Slick Bay room. So a lot of people were in the Slick Worlds at the time. And so some of them are dealing with severe shock of being pulled out of it so quickly and violently. You know, those are the lucky ones who survived. And in the first trickle of like maybe 10 names that have so far been identified based on their O2 credit sticks, you see Jazz Donahue for the last time, named as a victim in the bombing.
Does it kind of come? Oh, it comes across the screen of the taxi.
Yeah, I imagine that vid screens at the back of the seats, right? That you can look at and stuff. It's cyberpunk,
just
right?
the name, isn't it? Just the name.
No. Would they have an image of her? I'd imagine she's got some kind of images. That
When they
pull
did the original credit stick, I imagine they took data like
Right.
that and so forth.
Right.
Yeah, you
Mugshot.
probably have, similar to like ships having transponders. You probably have, at least if you're any kind of an official pilot or something like that, you probably have ID and stuff. So yeah, they can pull up her fucking pilot's license or something, you know.
I'll be honest. I think
I will say this about her. She had a tattoo of a gecko going like all the way down her arm.
Okay.
If they found any of that flesh intact.
Okay. Maybe that was used partially in the identification process. What were you going to say, Velky?
I think honestly, Dr. Bogdan Velky is just like nose deep in the tract that we got from the ESC, the tree church on the farm. Dr. Velky's super interested in all that they're about, and we walked away with some literature. So I think like Velky's in the taxi, just like
And you don't
reading
even see
through
her image on the screen.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm hoping other people do. If other people don't, then like
13, you probably also have this feed set up, right? So you can pay attention. This is like the kind of 24-hour news channel.
That's why he immediately sends out the
Prospero's
text
Dream.
all their compads to say, due to extreme situations, all crew return to the ship. Response required. Critical.
There you go. So you all get a ping on your communications from 13. And
Was
you
that
also
13?
you also see a ping that you all missed earlier. You have a missed message from Captain Donahue saying to meet at the Stellar Burn at, what time was it? 10 p.m.?
10.
Yeah. Dr. Albright and Newt, if you want to, you could have seen the report. Velky said he did not see it because he's too busy reading up on the Solarians' propaganda pamphlets. You know, they're the Evangelical Solarian Church.
Yes.
He's really into it. He's thinking about getting born again.
I want to get my forehead branded. Was that 13 buzzing our comms? You know, this is very interesting literature. I do not know why none of you are reading it.
Until a response from each member, the comm pad is set up to buzz every 30 seconds.
Okay.
I think I probably would have seen the alert flash across the about the captain, and I'll nudge Dr. Velke.
Yeah,
Say that. Just say that it's 13 is probably pinging us about this. Looks like the captain has got into a bit of trouble.
No, certainly nothing that she can't handle. What could the robot 13 be saying?
And you look up at the screen, Dr. Velke,
Yeah.
that Dr. Albright is gesturing to, and you see, yeah, there's an image. It's flashing through 10 different images, cycling through victims of icebox bombing, and one of the images comes up, and you see it's Jazz Donahue. It's a picture from her graduation from the Pilots Academy.
Oh no.
Due to extreme situations, all crew to return to the ship. Response is required critical.
Oh God.
Now I think the message is still buzzing because Velke is profoundly sad, staring at the screen and like.
You know what? What do we call that?
Oh no. Get my dice ready.
Would it be a fear save? I think you guys should make.
You should all be really
You know what?
stressed
No,
out
forget
about the
forget about it.
death.
No, forget about it. I'm just
The
gonna
logic
automatically-
the logic, right?
No, I got it. I'm just going to because of the situation, you realize your captain is dead. This has some ramifications on your status with the crew. 13, as you remember, also is the only person aboard the ship right now. So who knows what the fuck that crazy robot will do. So you guys all take, sorry, Velke, Albright, and Newt, you all take 3 stress.
Mm. Okay.
13,
Oh.
roll a fear save. Because you're an android, you might not be too bothered. You have an 85% chance of not being too bothered.
I got a 57, so
You
he's
take
good.
1 stress.
One of these days. One of these
One
days.
stress.
You got it. Due to extreme situations, all crew to return to the ship. Response required critical.
This is terrible. This is
Just
But she was out trying to find another job. How did she? Why would she be at the icebox? Oh no.
hope
Well, I
she
think
wasn't
don't
looking for
we
us.
don't we owe it to her to find out what happened and who did it?
Well,
I'm up for revenge.
certainly I would like to investigate the cause behind this
Yeah.
freakish and outlandish death our beloved captain has left us with. Oy.
Real quick, do either Dr. Albright or Dr. Velke have any military training as a skill?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's a weird one to just pick up.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
what
I guess it
I
could
was trying
apply.
to.
I guess it could apply if you got like actual combat training in the game, like you're actually,
Yeah.
you're actually
Yeah.
maybe you're doing some training with
Couldn't you be
firearms.
hooked up to a VR while you're in?
Sure, you could also get the slickware thing, but that requires cybernetics.
No. I mean like regular VR for like when you're in cold sleep.
Oh, for training and stuff.
Yeah, and it's just been working, and finally it clicks. You finally get that last bit of training. You're like,
Right.
I need
it's
to
like
go to
something,
the
it's like something that he's been studying up on for a while. Yeah, we can work it out.
right. You go
We
to
can
the
definitely-
range one time, and it comes together.
In fairness, too, it's only an extra 10%, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's like a +2 on a D20 if you were playing.
Hey, guess
D20,
what?
so.
Due to extreme situations,
So-
all crew return.
Anyway, on that
Critical.
note, because nobody else has any kind of military background,
Yeah.
Newt, it probably occurs to you that you are the only ranking human on the ship now, which would make you, of
Well,
course, the
listen,
highest ranking human on
13
the ship.
13, since the captain was killed in this bombing, we owe it to her to find out what happened to her. So we're headed to the icebox before we come back.
You're already at the
Plus,
icebox.
if there's anything left of her, we're gonna bring it back. We'll bring her home, even if it's a Ziploc bag full of something.
13. Is you saying this out loud?
I'm saying I'm communicating with you.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's on the comms.
Yeah, it's on the comms.
Wow.
We're going to the icebox.
Svalbard, is that right? Svalbard?
Yeah.
Yep.
Warrant Officer
Warrant
Svalbard?
Officer Svalbard, yeah.
Warrant Officer Svalbard, be advised that the station is it's going into a lockdown situation.
Yes,
And,
no ships are currently allowed to leave.
And I have been doing tons of research while you have been entertaining yourselves. And it would be most advisable that you not do anything along the lines that you were speaking of, and to come back to the ship and reevaluate. Revenge can always be followed up later.
How far is it back to the ship?
Not far at all, actually. The icebox is only one click. I don't know, just one little.
Well,
space
let
in
us
the
think
map
for
away.
let us
I mean,
think for one moment. Who is
Another 10 credits apiece on the taxi will get
Gotcha.
you back there to the dry dock.
who is new ranking captain now that Captain Donahue is gone? If I'm putting it together correctly in my brain, I think it's you, Dr. Albright. Are you in charge now? It's not 13. Is it you?
I'm pretty sure it's not.
The comms
Okay.
the comms are still open.
I know it's not me. I'm pretty sure it's not 13.
Yeah, you got an open channel.
So
Can't think who else it would be.
Newt, it must be you then. What do we do?
Warrant
It
Officer
is.
Svalbard is the ranking officer, but he is not qualified to be a captain. 13 is the executive officer by contract.
He has a
We
point.
should at least attempt to retrieve the late captain's effects from. I mean, we are here. We are at the icebox now. We're not going to icebox. We were going to icebox. We saw the news now here at the icebox. We might as well get out of taxi, try to collect her effects
Taxi
respectfully.
drivers looking at you guys like, what the fuck is going on here?
One of our friends died in the explosion, the terrorist attack. So
One of your friends blew up the icebox?
No. They died in collateral damage.
Oh,
you think?
Slick World
Victim.
user, yeah.
Yes. They're our captain. It's a very big deal for us. So if you could let us have one moment, please.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, the meter's
No.
still ticking, just so you know.
Okay, it's understandable if not a bit crass. Anyway,
I love that.
I'm on 13. You have a mind for strategy and the mitigation of risk like no other. It's because your mind was built in factory, most likely. But I am with the warrant officer Svalbard on this one. I think that we should at least attempt to show up as the grieving remaining connections to life of our dear departed captain.
We owe it to the captain.
Due to the research that I have done, I've shown that there is a great deal of corruption within the facility, and there's a very good chance that all of you will end up in a pit fighting for your lives just to make an example.
Okay, that's enough for me. Let's go back to the ship.
And Mr. Bogdan Velke, I did find the proper channels for you to get a doctorate while you're here.
It's like insult to injury every time with you. First, we are endangering our lives. Now you remind me that you do not think I am real doctor. It is fine. Just
13, you have a ping from your research. I just want to give you the name, Halifax Monty.
Montague?
Halifax Monty, you know, he's a scavenger. His last droid was killed on his last mission, and he is a scavenger.
Okay, let me get this right. His android didn't survive his last mission. He's a scavenger. I don't know if 13's interested in hiring this guy. Sorry. What did he do to that android?
He has a skill in geology.
Cool.
Very good.
And he's a pilot?
Sold. Geology?
And he has vehicle specialization and mechanical repair.
Does he have command?
No.
When Dr. Albright piped up that he would have gotten a private message that says, convince the others to return so they don't end up in prison or worse.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen. Listen, I'm fine for returning if we're gonna meet up with our new person.
Tabby says, so dry dock then, yeah?
Yeah, we should definitely return.
And
Let
he
us
whips
go.
the hover cab around and starts zipping over towards the dry dock, getting
We shed
you
a
know,
f- shed a few tears.
getting a few like side eyes from the Tempest Company mercs that are kind of patrolling and guarding the entrance to the icebox currently.
Mm-hmm.
Noting that they are making the approach, he will alert the lockdown officials that are near the ship that the crew will be returning, and he will note the names of the crew to try to expedite the situation, along with a requisite 250 credits to to smooth over the situation.
So, so you give him the names of Dr. Bogdan Velke, Mr. Bogdan Velke, Dr. Sam
Why?
Albright,
Why?
and
Why?
Warrant Officer Newt Svalbard. Yeah.
That they are returning, and he is verifying them, sending them ID ahead so that they can verify to let them through and
Mm-hmm.
to smooth
Okay.
over the situation. He'll put the 250 into the meter.
About 250 credits.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you guys
It's not
pull up,
it's not a bribe. It's proper etiquette.
I understand. You guys arrive at the dry dock. I can't remember. I think you were at dry dock station 010.
We were way out on the outside because of the size of the ship. I think we were stuck on the outside edges.
Right. Yeah. 010. No problem. So when you guys get there, there are Tempest Company mercs all over the dry dock. Like every ship is currently on lockdown. Nobody, and this would have come up on the news screen as well. No, the station's on lockdown. No docking or what's the opposite of docking?
Launching?
Launching. Yeah, no
yeah.
docking or launching permitted currently. Station red. Says that the Android Liberation Front, also known as ALF, is claiming responsibility for the bombing. Tempest Company. What are they called? Fuck. Tempest Mercenary Company, right? Yeah. The Tempest Company is assures everyone that the immediate investigation will be over in a couple of hours, and then station operations can return to normal once everything is guaranteed to be secured. People are advised to if possible, to return to their homes or their vessels if they don't have a place to stay aboard the station during the lockdown.
And do they get escorted?
Nope. They let them in. They're like, oh, yep, go right ahead. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Your android's waiting for you inside.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
So you guys walk back aboard the
Zero credibility?
the zero credibility, indeed.
Cool.
So 13 will have
where are you
three
guys all
small
meeting?
on the mess deck, one assumes.
In the galley?
Sure.
Cool. Yep, that's on the personnel deck. Sure.
He will have 5 glasses of some various Andorian ale or something set out.
5? Okay.
5. I believe the proper etiquette is 1 for the captain, and he'll pour it out, and then cheers to the future.
Oh, look at 13 with his human etiquette programming. Very good.
Cheers, 13.
Cheers. 13.
You guys all
To the
drink
captain.
your
Cheers.
mothership version of Andorian ale.
Well, this is probably the stuff that I was making at the late captain's request, right? Like
No, this would have been actually
weird space ice wine.
This would have
No.
been good stuff.
I rolled super well on that roll, so it would be, even the stuff I made would be good. Just FYI.
Yes, except for the fact that you've only been making it for a couple of days.
That's true.
Yes,
I know.
This was the stuff that Captain Donahue had on
Your
the
stuff
side.
will be very good, but it's not ready yet.
Oh, gotcha.
If
While-
you
while
if
it's-
you
CS,
want, I mean, if you
Captain-
want, you
Captain-
could have some ready in a couple of days.
Well-
but it's going to taste like
well,
The captain
No,
asked
well,
you
wait.
to do that for her is all I wanted to point out.
Yeah, the captain asked me to do that for her back on Muto Station. It's been weeks.
True. Has it been weeks? How long did it take you to get here?
I thought it was a while. Was it
Well,
not?
if it's really good stuff and
Shit, I
it's
can't
ready,
remember
then he
now.
would have served
I
that.
didn't think it was weeks.
Okay.
I thought it was a couple of days, but yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can have some
Un-
there anyway.
unimportant.
It doesn't have to
Think-
all. You don't have to take it all. You can have some of it
Sure.
there.
To alleviate the stress of the moment, I'm going to offer some key points of interest. One, the ship's highly in debt. Everyone on the crew is indebted, and we need to move forward. I've been doing a lot of research, and I have a number of names of people to review, and a suggestion for the near future, and that is that we replace the Marines and a few other slots with scientists, and actively go out and seek more of these exotic aliens and weird cults and possibly relics, and take a slightly different direction.
I must say, Android 13, I am very much on board with this. Before you even notified me that you had found the resources to officiate in whatever sense is necessary in my doctorate, I've learned some things here on Prospero Station. I feel like my breadth of knowledge of the interesting and mystic things waiting for us out there in the galaxy, in the deep black, I feel better prepared to categorize them at least.
He will give Mr. Bogdan Velke the chips to get his certification in whatever doctorate he wanted, and the cost of the same.
Right. What kind of doctorate were you looking to buy, Dr. Vilke?
I did just take the skill in mysticism, and so something related to that. Yeah, I could think of a fun name before next session.
Okay. I can think on it.
Cryptotheology.
Something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cryptotheology.
Oh,
sounds good.
crypto. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So in context, that's one of the things that 13 would have been looking for, are other scientists that
Well,
would wanna get-
there's a
would wanna
there's a
get-
Halifax Monty.
absolutely, and peripherals as well. So other interesting people to bring on board,
Indeed.
a
Yes, I
pilot and
understand.
so forth like that. But we're also looking at like possibly pilot scientists.
So you
And-
have the recordings of the people and their
Yeah.
positions.
So what I'm saying is, instead of
Yes.
I want to know how many scientists we could bring on board, how many we could afford, and how many good scientists would be desperate to get out of this place before they fall victim to whatever. For the next session, that's what he would have been
Nope,
doing.
that's totally cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I would love to load this ship up with really interesting science types, special botanists, special geologists, and then
Yeah, that'd
go
be.
out.
I'm assuming there's scientists in the mercenaries options. I'll have to look it up and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
You
makes
would
sense
have
to
to
me.
imagine scientists would have to end up here, even like
Oh
they
yeah,
come in with the
totally
ship and they're
would.
the
On the
only
station, absolutely.
scientists.
You can find
Yeah.
just about anything on this station.
That's what
Now,
I mean. So
granted,
we
it's all shady and dodgy because this is like I said, it's like Tortuga.
sure, but we
But,
should be able to find somebody that's desperate to get out of here before they fall victim to their.
You're gonna find me, and it's gonna be rather interesting when I enter.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting. The Witness is a mercenary scum option. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, there's one called the Witness. That's it's a different kind
That's
of
your
witness
new
as
pilot.
opposed to, it's a different kind of witness as opposed to the one from the yeah, it's not.
Well,
the
anyway,
same.
that was just a thought. That's what 13 has been doing this whole
Oh yeah,
time.
so you can get archaeologist mercenaries, you can get doctors, engineers, no, that's marine.
So
You
rather
can
than
get
hiring them,
psychologists, you can get sophentologists.
so
you
that's what I'm saying. Rather than
surgeons.
directly hiring, I was thinking of offering a sign-on bonus, and therefore take part of the future cuts, and they would get a larger cut if they buy into the ship, and if they just want to do contractual, then they get a much smaller percentage.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if they're gonna do
awesome.
contractuals, they'll just get the mercenary rate, and if they become player characters and become like really involved, then of course they get an equal share.
Right.
whatever,
So
kind of-
yeah. So that's what I was saying. Things we don't have, like an archaeologist, a geologist, and
Good stuff. Anything else anybody wants to do? Oh, does anybody want to say any last words about the captain? I'll give everybody the opportunity if you wish, but nobody has to if nobody wants to either. Does anybody have any words they want to say about the captain while you're all sharing a drink?
as someone who's rapidly approaching some sort of mystic doctorate, I think Bogdan Velki would raise his glass and solemnly go, Captain Jazz Donahue was just beginning a very bright path through this endless black that we all find ourselves in together. It is an unmitigated tragedy that her orbit was cut so short, but in her fine memory, we carry on.
And with that, 13 will clean off the spot that was poured with the alcohol,
Mhm.
therefore sterilizing the memory. Gone.
We don't even have cameras, and you can tell that I was gesturing with the cup. I was pantomiming. Very good.
Right, fair.
Yeah, so I'll have this new. I already made the new character. I'll introduce you to him next session.
Yeah, next session
Perfect.
for sure, because you'll have an image by then.
Yeah, well, have your
I'm muted,
silence.
sorry. Yeah, next session for sure, because you'll have an image by then. I can put the name up on the overlay, everything.
So what I was thinking,
but before you go on,
yeah, I want to say something before we cut off.
I'm not cutting off yet. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So I asked if anybody wanted to say any last words for a reason. So since Bogdan Velki gave that very nice little, although maybe brief, speech, you all can reduce your stress by 1. You all,
Very nice.
yes, you all get a point back on your stress, basically. So, because it was a very nice, very quick improvised speech there, Bob. Well done. Also, I'm going to give you some experience.
More last words also.
Nobody had any more last words. But pardon me, sorry. Only Dr. Velki stepped forward. Man, what am I choking on? Pardon me. There it is. Ooh, had a cough coming up. Okay. Experience points. Any kind of bonuses I want to give for you here? No. Okay. I'm going to give you all 10 XP. I'm trying to think. I didn't see anything that any of the survivors actually.
What do we need for third?
50.
Good question. What is it? 50?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. 50. All right. Very good.
Oh, wait.
And then before we cut out, go ahead. What were you going to say, John? Because
I was going to say is
Sorry.
to bring some sort of context to the people that we'll be interviewing and so forth.
Mhm.
I was thinking that everybody make a scientist. Would you say level 1 is fair? Or do you want them to be a level 0?
Oh God, no, not level 1. These are going to be the mercenaries that you're interviewing. These aren't
I
player
guess.
characters, right?
I was
Or do you
hoping
want to
for
have these just be
scientists.
interviewees who are not joining your ship?
Yeah, no, I was hoping for scientists. Do they have to be mercenaries?
Well, what I mean is they're not going to be player characters, right?
Oh no.
Mercenaries are the mothership's version of
hirelings,
hirelings or retainers.
Hireling scientists.
Sorry,
So do we
exactly.
not?
They're 0 level.
All right, 0. So, okay, is this something we can make or no?
No, I have all their stats right here.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It was just
That's
a
okay.
thought.
Nope. We can say reserve that for player characters. It's a good idea. It wasn't a bad idea.
I didn't want to make
as you
one because I
guys-
just made this one.
As you guys are, the 4 of you have just had your drink. You've finished off your ales now. Velki has said his comforting words. 13, you're just getting ready to go back to the bridge to return to your current scanning of these potential hiree files, etc.
Right.
And there's an open comm on your ship coming from the station control. They have the power, of course, to override your comms in case they need to make some kind of emergency announcements and things of that sort, for example. And over your loudspeakers, it says, "Crew of the 0 credibility, please be aware that your ship will be on continued lockdown. An administrator is on their way to question you about your captain's connections to the Android Liberation Front. Please do not try to leave your vessel in the meantime, or the Tempest Company mercenaries outside will shoot you. Thank you, and have a nice day."
13 will acknowledge that we will be awaiting their presence.
And that's where we'll stop.